What's up, guys? D Diddy here. I want to share this very nice rush class I've gotten. This is for basically just trying to run everywhere. So I think the best weapon for you to rush any SMG, but I think the best SMG is the Vector CRB. Very low recoil, has the highest damage in its class, and also has it doesn't have a lot of recoil. It has a lot of good range. And the two attachments, I put two attachments on here. Extended mag, because the thing is that, hey, we want to keep firing, and since we're not going to probably run sleight of hand, we need more ammunition to use, and also we're not going to use fully loaded. And the other attachment we're going to use is the muzzle brake, because the thing is the Vector is very mediocre at medium range. With the muzzle brake, it increases with the damage at longer ranges, so you're not only effective at medium range, or should I say close range, you're also effective at medium range, which is very key, because sometimes the maps in Call of Duty Ghosts are very wide open, and if you're getting a medium range gunfight with the Vector CRB, you're most likely dead against an assault rifle. And for our perks, we're going to use, there's three perks you must use if you're going to be a rusher. It's Ready Up, Mararthon, and Quickdraw. Those are very essential. And the rest of the 5 points you have to spend on perks or secondaries or lethal tacticals, they're basically usually a map specific focus. So because we're going to play Strike Zone, cranked on Strike Zone, so I think for small maps, the rarity that is in Call of Duty Ghosts, ICU is very important for a rusher, especially for small maps. You want to get around, you want to heal up quickly. Focus is one of my favorite. I would put Focus as one of the essentials, but it's not for everybody. And Gambler is one of my favorite perks. You can put lethal grenades. Sometimes I run a lethal grenade just to flush out all the campers, and also sometimes a secondary. I'll really recommend secondary. You can just pick up another gun off the ground. And some other perk options you can do, like I said, the three main essential perks are Ready Up, Mararthon, and Quickdraw. Those are essential if you're going to rush in this game. But you know, if you really want to know where campers are, and it's not really Strike Zone, and it's kind of like you gotta find some people, I would recommend Sit Rep, because you can find the SATCOMs, and you can find where a lot of people are, because a lot of people are usually sitting right by their SATCOM for some reason. You can find them really quickly. If you want to go stealth, sometimes off the grid works well. And also the other thing is, if you're really dying for ammunition, you can also use, instead of ICU and Focus or Gambler, you can use fully loaded, or you can use Scavenger. But remember, Scavenger does not resupply your lethals or tacticals, so make sure you keep that in mind. There's some major tips I got to give you if you're going to rush very well in Call of Duty Ghosts. The first tip is you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. That's all I have to say to you, because you have an advantage over a lot of people by keep moving, because you got the three perks: Ready Up, Mararthon, and Quickdraw. And just keep moving. And the thing is that you can actually get the beat on people like real quickly. That you just pop out, and you have more time to react than most of those people. The other big tip I can give you is keep your awareness. You gotta know where people are. Sometimes you amplify. Amplify does work, but I think amplify is more of a camper perk. And you gotta be aware of your surroundings, especially on these smaller like the small map, I should say, in Strike Zone. You gotta keep your awareness up. You gotta know where they're coming from, because if you know where they're coming from with those perks that you have, you can get a beat on them real quick. You have the upper hand in the gunfight, and you can win it real quick. The other big tip for rushing is probably try to stay away from long range engagements, especially if you have an SMG or even an assault rifle, because you just keep moving. Sometimes you can't really get your sights on a small target, and so I would try to stay away from very long range fight. And the other tip I can give you is try to stay away from long range of sight. So I think there's a street in there's like a huge street where a sniper can just like hold that whole area. I would try to stay away from those areas, especially if they're just gonna camp, because I would try to use the flanking routes. Use the beaten path in these maps. than trying to run straight up the middle. Because if you run straight up the middle, especially if you only have an SMG or an assault rifle, you will almost always lose to a sniper, especially if he's entrenched to in a position. So how do you get that sniper, you say? You can use grenades if you get close, and you just use the flank round, or you can just run around the beaten path and just kind of sneak up behind him and kill him. The other big tip I can give you is just try and just have fun with this class, because I think that rushing is a lot more fun than just camping, and it's a lot more entertaining to me, and I think to a lot of people if you just if you run around, just run and gun a little bit. So just have fun with this class, and you'll have fun. I mean, you'll have fun, a lot of fun doing just getting these long kill streaks when you're rushing. There's a lot more adrenaline doing that. The other big tip I can give you is turns as kill streaks. I would run specialists. I'll run support sometimes. But if you're going to run assault, I would use streaks that, you know, you can put down immediately, like SATCOMs. Or you can use, I mean, probably the guard dogs, probably the one kill streak I would completely recommend for a rush class. And I would try to stay away from maybe Juggernaut Maniac, because you got to wait for her in the helicopter. I'll also stay away from maybe the Oracle Strike or the Loki Strike, or I would also recommend staying away from the chopper gun, because you can't, I mean, you got to stay in position. Unless you're really good with the chopper gun, I will kind of stay away from it. So probably the kill streaks I would recommend are probably SATCOM, Guard Dog, and also I would recommend Battle Hind, like I have here. So those are some tips and tricks for rushing class. Hope you guys like this. Subscribe if you haven't. Catch you guys later.